another episode of Hashtag I'm Just Saying. I'm yours truly, MemeMichelle. Oh my God, y'all know I don't have a camera person today, so y'all hold on. I think we good. Yep. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I missed y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all had a great time. Now look, it's been a long time since I had a drink of the day, but I got one today. Y'all know what's back in the stores, right? Peach Crown.
My favorite.
When he came in, he was like, oh my God, that's my favorite. Y'all go to, and let me tell y'all where to go get it. Go to Total Wine. They got the best prices. So he just got his straight up on the rocks. And y'all know, your girl ain't had a drink since October 1st. Y'all know I'm on that Transformation 2020. And y'all come see me compete because I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to get that weight down. But I said I wasn't going to have alcohol for at least 30, 31 days to try to get a kickstart. And it worked. I'm looking pretty snacktacular. But I decided, you know, I was going to have me one drink today. So if y'all don't see me pick the cup up a lot, then just know that my body and my mind and my soul ain't ready. But I have me a little on the rocks. And I add a little lemonade to mine. Oh, my God. If y'all had taste-o-vision. Oh, my God. It is so delicious. So, y'all know yesterday was Halloween, right? Did y'all have trick-or-treaters? Did you have trick-or-treaters?
I didn't have any trick-or-treaters. None whatsoever. Didn't even turn the light on.
This is a new age of trick-or-treaterization. Let me tell y'all about my neighborhood. So, you know, I do hair, so I got off pretty late, and I said, well, look, I went on home. I went and got me a salad or whatever. And I rolled up in my neighborhood. These privileged children, I said children, I sure did. These privileged children, they riding on golf carts with orange lights trimmed, or they parents is riding them on a trailer. Like, okay, you know, my ex-husband used to be a truck driver. He used to drive trailers. They had the trailers all decked out with hay and lights. I said, well, why these old lazy Negroes just don't walk from house to house like we did?
Entitled.
And wait a minute, we had our light on, but I said, Tina, we stay in the community, the retirement part of our community. These kids don't want to come trick-or-treating to our house. They think we don't want to be bothered. Not a soul came over there. That's why I told her don't buy that candy. But anyway, let's get started with the topic of the day. First, introduce yourself to the people.
Byron Johnson, Mimi's classmate, went to high school together.
Yes, indeed. And let me tell you, we've been friends on social media for a very long time. There are a lot of people that I will friend on Facebook, even if we don't really know each other. But if you went to A-Leaf, I'm A-Leaf till I die. I'm SWAT till I die. And there's a special bond with class of maybe like 86 to 93.
Absolutely.
And we are tight like Nat Booty. So thank you, Curtis Larry. He had the comeback to A-Leaf party a couple of Saturdays ago, and everybody was there, and I ran into this young man, and I knew his face from being on Facebook, but I had never really met him like face to face. So he was telling me that he watched the show, and he was like, I really want to come on. I said, well, come on, what you want to talk about? And he was like, let's talk about saving our youth. I said, man, I've been dying to talk about that because the generation that we have now, they're nothing like us. First of all, to me, they're fearless, but there's a thing that you can't tell them anything, and it's scary for me because they're so fearless that their lives are at risk. They don't understand that the mistakes that they make will change the direction of their lives. You know, it was a time where my mama told me something. Even if I was going to disobey her, I still had to fear God, right?
Absolutely.
And even if I did wrong, I was still looking over my shoulder like, oh, Lord, please don't let Rhonda Charmaine catch me. Please don't let Rhonda Charmaine catch me. But these kids don't think like that. Oh, thank you, Auntie. And my Aunt Zella said my hair is beautiful. Yeah, I decided to press my hair, but we'll talk about that later, y'all. So I decided, Byron, please come on. We're going to talk about this. And so his name is Byron Johnson. And for those of you who don't know, he used to be a coach, and now he's a mentor to the youth. So speaking of that, how long were you a coach, and do you still coach from time to time?
I don't coach anymore. I was a coach for 28 years. And I coached with the A-Leaf Steelers and the Southwest Magic youth basketball program.
Okay. And what made you want to transition from being a coach to a mentor?
I'm glad you asked that. Actually, when I was coaching and I was doing the coaching, I realized that a lot of the young people it was very, very simple and very easy for them to catch on to the sports aspect.
Okay.
They picked it up, right away. Not every child, but most of the children, they picked up the sports aspect of it very easily. But as you know, most parents, you have those parents that come out there and they're dealing with their kids, a lot of single moms, single parents, and they'll come out and you'll have some parents that come out and they say, well, I'm having problems with my kid, or I'm having issues. Coach, I need you to talk to him. Those kind of things. And I started, over the years, I started to see it become more frequent. More frequent. So as it became more frequent, I started picking up on the X's and O's and seeing that the kids were picking up on the X's and O's. As I got later into my years of coaching, I started to realize that these kids, that's not their problem. Their problem is they need to be able to, the way I look at it, is they have to be able to open up more from the life aspect of it. So my transition came about where when I finished coaching, I decided after I finished coaching that I could see that there was still a lot of work that needed to be done with the young people. And then I decided, well, okay, maybe I don't necessarily have to coach the X's and O's, but if I could help them with the life skills and help them to understand the importance of being able to handle themselves out here in the community, not just on the court or on the field.
Now, this is not on my list, but this is just kind of a segue. How do you make them trust you to open up? Or what is that key thing where the kid is like, I can trust Coach Byron with my thoughts, with what's going on in my life? Because a lot of times, we always say the kids of this generation don't listen, but it's that one person that they'll trust. Because they normally don't talk to their moms. They'll normally won't talk to their dad. What is that it factor that will make a child trust you?
And that's a real good question. Very good question. The one thing that I found is that what comes from the heart goes to the heart.
Come on now.
You understand what I'm saying? So when kids realize, the key thing the most important thing children want to know is that you love them, that you care about them. And when kids, a lot of children I found that have been put into certain situations out of their control. And if they pick up the phone, they call you. If they see you out somewhere and they ask you for something or they need something and they believe that they can trust you. And last but not least, word of mouth. If other kids say, well, man, you can call Coach Byron, man. Coach Byron can help you. You can call Coach B. Man, I tell you what, last week, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to Coach B, man, and he helped me a lot. You got to give him a call. So when kids see that or they realize that, and another thing, you lead by example. You understand what I'm saying? So
in my list. That is in my list. You are absolutely right.
So those things like that helps. Those things will help kids to have faith in you, help them to begin to trust you and things like that.
Because I believe, and that's in my list, so when I get to the question, I might stumble because we've already talked about it, but it's one thing to tell this generation of kids what to do. But if they don't see you doing it,
absolutely,
it's like falling on deaf ears. They want to know, well, dang, you got to lead by example. You got to live by example. That's just like you can't talk saved and don't look saved. You can't be like, you don't need to be out there hoeing around, but you got a boyfriend for every bill.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying? So kids need to see and know that they can trust you.
Absolutely.
And so you are absolutely right. Lead by example. So why do you think children of this generation are so different?
I believe that the children of today are different because you have to understand, when we were growing up as children, we didn't have a lot of what I'll call deterrents. We didn't have things that took us away from the beaten path. Our biggest thing was TV, the radio, and as we got older, a pager maybe.
Come on now.
You understand what I'm saying? Something, but now these children have the internet, they got social media, they got all different aspects of things that can deter them or to take them off their path. So it's not as easy as people may say. I hear a lot of people say all the time that it's easy to be a kid. All you got to do, I hear people say, is you just go to school and, all you got to do is just do this. It's not that simple.
No, it's not that simple.
I think in all actuality and honesty, in their defense, it was easier for us to be children than it is for these children to be children.
I agree. Times 1,000. I agree. And by you talking about social media and the internet, I have something I want to talk about. We'll hit that because I don't want to get too out of line with the questions. So, I believe this generation is fearless, but why do you think they are so hard to reach?
It's difficult to reach them because they have so many different people and things that are pulling them. They have so many different things, you know, and you know, I'll just speak on my children.
Okay.
You know, they have 1,000 friends. They have different types of friends. You know, again, we'll say it again. They have social media. They have all of those things that they deal with. So it's difficult, you know, when, first of all, let's just say mom and dad, we don't know. We just don't know. I mean, no matter how much we try, no matter how much we try to instill, we are the last ones that our children want to listen to. You know, we're the last ones that they're going to listen to. So now they have whatever they see on social media that they're listening to. They have their best friend that they're listening to. Then they have what they find on TV that they're listening to. So it's difficult when you're trying to reach your children and they're trying to decide the direction that they want to go in based on all those things. Yes. So it makes it difficult to reach them in that aspect.
Yes, you are absolutely right. How do we reach them?
What I believe is that kids have to have something that they can, like you said, they can trust and they can believe. A lot of kids want to open up and they want to share, because what I found through the coaching aspect is a lot of kids have a lot of different issues. They have a lot of things and they want help. But here's the biggest dilemma is they don't know, just like you said, who they can trust. Yeah. And they don't want to share it for fear it's either going to get back to mom and dad or it's going to get back to somebody that they don't want it to get back to. So my thing is, that was part of the reason that I transitioned from being a coach on the field, and I decided that I was going to start working with the X's and O's. I believe these young people need an avenue to be able to express themselves more. Yeah. And that's kind of what had me to decide to go into the life coaching thing and to open up what you guys will be seeing here real soon, the Conversations with Coach B.
Conversations with Coach B, so we're going to get to that at the very end, because I really think whatever you need help with that, please let me know. Because me being a hairstylist for so long, I've always had young people come sit in my chair, and you don't know who you touch with the words you give them. You know, they watched me. I have kids now that they have named their children after me and I didn't know it.
Wow.
Or, you know, the choices they made in their career because they watched me. So we have to be careful what we do in front of our kids.
That's true. Very true.
Do you believe, okay, so we'll talk about, I didn't skip the page. Let's talk about social media and the internet and Google. Because I believe our children are desensitized. Because remember, we grew up, if we wanted to know how to spell a word, our mama told us what? Go look it up. If we needed to know information, we either went to the library or we went to the Encyclopedia Britannica. All these kids have to do is go to Google, type it in. They don't even have to know how to spell. These kids don't even know how to write in cursive.
And I know my kids can't. And that's crazy.
They don't teach it anymore.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
They don't even teach it. So they get to a place where, how you spell it? Oh, never mind. Da-da-da-da-da. And it just pops up on their phone.
Absolutely.
They look and they believe that life is easy because they see what they believe everybody's living well. Nobody takes a regular picture. When we were taking pictures growing up, our Polaroid 2600, whatever came out the
whatever slid out,
and we fanned it, that's what we got. They spend all day taking 50 selfies to get the perfect one, and then they airbrush it. Nothing is real. So they have this false sense of what success is, because now they think, I could just be a YouTube sensation, or I can be a stripper, because strippers are glamorized. You know, it used to be a thing where if you was a stripper, that was a secret. That was to get you through college.
Absolutely.
Now, strippers are stars. Strippers are celebrities. Or You can put something on Facebook. I love you. You can put something on Facebook about Donald Trump and they'll block you for 30 days. But if you put two kids fighting, that's glamorized.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think, this is just me, but do you think that our kids are desensitized?
I do.
Nothing affects them.
I do believe that. I truly do believe that. They don't fear anything.
Nothing.
They don't fear anything. That's why the crime rates have went up so high. That's why murder rates are up so high. Because these kids nowadays, they don't fear anything. There's nothing that, I'll use the word, that keeps them calm. That keeps them calm. There's nothing. It's just everything. They believe that they're above the law. They believe that they can't die. They just believe all of those things. And what we have to do is we have to make them understand that to me, they have to understand that everything in this world has a price.
Yes.
Has a price.
Yes.
You can't, so you're not above everything. You're just not above everything. Everything's going to cost you something.
Yes.
And it all depends on what you want it to cost you.
Yes.
And that's what they have to understand.
Do you think, this is, okay, do you think that, no, not do you think, how do we teach them, amen, come on, thank you, Lord. How do we teach them that the choices they make have consequences? Because they just do whatever. And I'm not trying to bash the kids. It's because parents aren't parents anymore. You know, they're too busy trying to be their friend. I've never seen our generation of children, I don't know about any other generation, we never talked back to our parents. As children of color, that was a no-no. If we saw kids of other cultures talking back, I want it in the basket, Mom, we would be like, what the hell? I'd be the lost. Baby, my mama would have strung me up. And I had a very calm mom. But these kids fear nothing now. You can't tell them anything. How do we teach them that before it's too late? Before they lose their life, before they go to jail, before they're in so much trouble that they feel like they can't get out of it? How do we teach them how to make proper choices? Or how do we teach them that there's more to just being an internet sensation? We would go to college and we had goals and aspirations. Now all these kids want to do is rap. Oh, what Kamisha said, absolutely. It is so sad. It's so sad these days, especially since over half of them are raised by our generation that didn't come. Hold on, Kamisha. They didn't come up that way. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we did them a disservice by giving them so very much because we had a wish sandwich. I wish I had some meat. It wasn't nothing for me to go in there and say, okay, mama didn't have enough money, so I put that bread on broil, put that butter on there with that jelly and let it get crisp. They don't know anything about that. They have so much now that they don't listen to anything you say. How do we fix that? How do we turn this generation around? How do we get them back? It's hard, ain't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult. But
I'm going to drink on that while you think about it.
Here's the answer to that question. We fix it by parents becoming more in tune to what's going on.
Okay.
We have to be more in tune as parents and as adults to what our children are doing on a day-to-day basis. What they're doing, you know, when they're not with us. You know, I know you know, you hear parents say it, and I've been guilty of it myself. I can't be everywhere. I can't be with my child 24/7, or I can't be around my kid. But even if you can't be around, you got to be in tune. And when I say that is we have to, you know, we can't let children basically raise themselves.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? We have to stay in tune to what they're doing, where they are. And when you're in tune to what's going on, watch this. He won't be in jail before you know that he's doing something he don't have no business. Because as my grandmother used to say all the time, it's always going to be some telltale signs.
Yeah, and that was my next question. Was like, do you believe that sometimes as parents or as aunties, because I'm a loving auntie, but see, I'm one of them aunties. I'm one of them aunties. Boy, I beat you down like you stole something. You know, I kind of get with him. I'm like, but he's he knows that he can open up and speak with me. He can talk to me about
Right.
anything, but he knows that I'm not going to take any of the foolishness. And I know when he's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I think sometimes as parents, do you believe they turn a blind eye or say, not my child?
Yes, some parents do. They really do. But the thing is that we have to stop doing that.
Yeah.
We have to stop doing that and become, like I said, stay in tune to what's going on and what they're doing, because it's going to, again, as the old people say, nip it in the bud. It's gonna cut it off before it gets too far if you're in tune and you're paying attention to what's going on before it actually goes too far. So you want to make sure that we're watching. Have conversations with your kids. Talk to your kids. Sit down and listen to them sometimes, because when you're talking to them and you're listening, you'll sometimes things are coming to you. You know, well, I didn't know he felt like that. I didn't know she thought like that.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll help. So those kind of things are things that I feel like can help to curb that just a little bit. Just being more in tune to what's going on.
So let's talk about your project, because you say you're going to be a mentor. Is this going to be some type of nonprofit organization? Is it going to be like a boys and girls club type deal? Or is it going to be kind of like a hotline where they can call you if they need you?
It's going to be more of a closed door setting.
Okay.
Where because what I want, I don't want it to be like a boys and, because what I want kids, young adults as well, to understand is that when they come and sit down with Coach B, Coach B is going to take in what you have. We're going to listen. We're going to, and we're going to, as a team, and I'll explain my team when I say team. As a team, we're going to work to help find answers to your problems. But because when you work in a boys and girls setting or in a group setting, things like that, some kids don't feel comfortable being able to talk or being able to share.
Right.
So what I want kids to understand is when they come to sit down with Coach B or sit down with someone on the team, that it is just you and the team.
Okay.
That's it. This won't go any further. It's going to be open, but it's going to be honest and confidential.
All right.
That's it. I want kids to understand that.
That's good. So you'll have counselors on staff?
Yes, I will. Yes, I'm building all of that as we speak.
Okay.
Right now, we're building that.
Well, y'all know he's building this. He's gonna need some help. If y'all know
Absolutely.
anybody that can help, we've got to come together. We got to do this because we have to save our babies. We have to save our babies. You know, when we were coming up, we came up in the birth of the crack era.
That's it.
And we watched a lot of our classmates, our friends, kind of just get taken aback from the crack era. That's like, why would you try that if you know you got people around there scratching and rubbing and, begging, trying to sell you a little something. Now, these kids they're up against so very much. The weed ain't real.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They just living day to day. It's like peer pressure for them, to me, is a whole lot worse than the peer pressure we had. It's us times 10, but we have to teach them how to understand us, knowing that, trust us. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Trust us that, okay, baby, I've been your age before. I see what you're doing. Listen to me. Let me give you this advice so you don't have to go down that road. Because once you become a spin number, that's all you got.
That's it. That's it.
There is death on the other side of the barrel of that gun. You ain't got to sleep with every young man you meet, little girl.
Absolutely.
Because you might come up with more than a baby or a minor STD. You don't know what you're going to get. So let's keep our youth, our millennials, because millennials are different too.
Yes. Very much.
Woohoo!
Very much.
I love y'all, but y'all different too. Now y'all some go-getters as well. The millennials, if they go on a job and they don't get the promotion they want, they ain't staying around like our parents did or our parents' where they stay at the company and they retire from that company. They moving on to the next company.
That's it.
No loyalty. They loyal to themselves.
Absolutely right.
They loyal to themselves. We got to teach them that family is everything, that we don't mean them no harm. If it's somebody young out there, we want y'all to know we love you and that we're not trying to think we know everything. We just don't want you to suffer because there's some things about life that you haven't got yet.
Absolutely.
And we just want you to get it and be successful. We want you to know that there's more out there than being a YouTube sensation or an Instagram model or any of that. We want y'all to know that y'all loved and greatness lives in you, and you are great, but you can only be great if you pour water on the seed of greatness and make it blossom and bloom.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yes, I think we're going to end that thing like that. So look, I hope y'all do a watch party when y'all watch. I should have said that when the numbers was higher, but I see y'all going, getting ready to go out drinking and stuff. So next week we're going to be talking about understanding autism. Please tune in. Autism is very serious, and there are different levels of autism. I've had experience with some of my clients' kids who've had autism, and that's not the end all be all. You have some people that have that are autistic or have autism, and they grow to be very successful. So we're gonna learn about the different spectrums of autism. Have my girl Felicia Kent. She's gonna be on the show next week, and she's gonna share her experience and the things that she's done with her child that has autism. So y'all don't forget to tune in. Remember to laugh. Remember to love. Keep supporting me. I'm trying to get this weight down. I think I'm doing pretty good. And but I don't know how I'm gonna keep this hair so luscious and luxurious like this working out. But we gonna figure it out, because I think I'm over the curls. So remember to laugh. Remember to love. Thank you, Byron. Remember for being a light and always bear good fruit. This is hashtag I'm just saying. Go get you some peach crown that's back in stores. And it is delicious, and try it with a little lemonade. It was great. Be blessed. Bye.
All right.